Legal expert explains why dad, who shot his daughter over Donald Trump row, won't face charges. The dad did not face any legal consequences in the wake of the deadly shooting of his child last year. Despite a UK inquest finding that the Cheshire-based fashion buyer was unlawfully killed on the grounds of cross-negligence manslaughter, a grand jury in the US previously determined there was not enough evidence to charge anyone in connection with Lucy's death. Body cam footage taken inside her father's home in Prosper, Texas, captured the moment that Chris told police officers how he had been showing her his gun when it just went off. Who was described as a functioning alcoholic by the coroner, can be heard telling officials that he had been showing Lucy his Glock semi-automatic handgun shortly before she was due to head to the airport. He claimed he had a conversation about weapons with his daughter and said Lucy had to ask to see the gun, having supposedly never discussed his gun ownership with him before. But the inquest heard evidence from others that Lucy knew her father had a weapon in their home and disagreed with it. In a statement, Chris, who admitted drinking wine early in the day, said, "As I lifted the gun to show her, I suddenly heard a loud bang. I did not understand what had happened. Lucy immediately fell." The coroner accepted that he did not know that the gun was loaded, but did not accept that Lucy would have asked to see the gun, given she disliked the weapons and considered them a danger to their family. The senior coroner said his actions have killed his own daughter, and in the cold light of day, it is hoped that he now recognizes the risk he posed to her life in circumstances in which he had no experience of guns, had undertaken no training, and had never fired a gun. Chris said he purchased the gun to give his family a sense of security. Due to the law in Texas, he did not need a license to do so. Police in the US failed to test the dad for alcohol in the wake of the shooting, despite suspecting he had been drinking after an officer reported smelling booze on his breath. According to former prosecutor turned criminal defense lawyer Lindsay Richards, Chris did not face any charges in the US because of politics. It always comes down to politics. The legal expert told the New York Post, "I honestly believe that the fact he was not indicted and has not had any consequences for doing this is symptomatic of a very conservative county in Texas. The only thing we can boil this down to is looking at our political climate. A conservative county in Texas, and this was the result." She suggested that both Trump's name had been mentioned in the case and the ongoing rout over gun laws in the US have both played a part in the lack of prosecution. Sharing her shock that he did not face manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide charges, Richard said, "I also think it should be noted that he had been drinking that day as well." So there's another element to this that I cannot believe was not considered in his criminal negligence. That's so obvious. Richards, a partner at the law firm Coker and Connolly, said criminal negligent homicide would be a proper potential charge for Chris, as she's seen people hauled to court for a lot less. "I've seen cases in Texas where individuals that had been indicted for manslaughter or criminally negligent homicide for running traffic lights. Is where individuals that have been indicted for manslaughter or criminally negligent homicide for running traffic lights," the lawyer added. Firearm, shown it to his daughter and had been pointing it at her. That typically doesn't happen. I mean, it is shocking that this guy has not faced any legal ramifications whatsoever regarding the shooting of his daughter. He's basically been given like a slap on the wrist, if we're being really honest. Think that this guy would face at least some sort of charge regarding the death of his daughter. Well, because he had alcohol under his breath, he had been drinking wine earlier that day, and he was playing around with a firearm in front of his daughter. Like, I don't understand gun laws, because obviously I don't live in the US. I know some laws are different to others. That's completely fine, I get that. But at the same time, something needs to be done. Because you can have a situation like this, where a guy basically gets into an argument, where a guy shoots somebody daughter family related or not, and basically gets away with it. Like, that's just not right, and it's a lack of justice and care for both her mother, the daughter's mother, and the daughter herself, the victim in this story. So with that being said, please let me know your feelings down below on what you think of the story. Whether you're shocked by the outcome of this story, your opinion on gun laws if you're from the US, or you just have an opinion in general. Overall, please let me know your feelings down below. And until next time, take care, stay safe, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.